open the, excuse me, Board of Boston Committee, Trail Committee at 5:23 on August 5th. Beautiful day. We will start with reviewing the minutes of last meeting. Did everyone get a chance to review the meeting? Do we motion to approve the minutes from 7:29? Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that's all set.
Attendance.
Attendance, sure, we haven't done attendance. Let's do attendance. We usually do attendance in the rec committee. I'll start and we'll work our way that way and around. David Brohl.
John Regan.
Sean McElroy.
Jim Dooley.
Kristen Brooks. And we have a guest today.
Jerry Klima from Coastal Trails.
And Kristen will sort of start off the meeting with the feasibility study RFQs that came in.
Yeah, so feasibility study for the northern Newbury segment of the Board of Boston Trail. The deadline for the request for qualifications was today at 11. It was not RFP, which tends to have sealed up bids that are financial. This was a RFQ, which is qualifications. So this is what was received. We had 7 proposals, which was super exciting. The RFQ proposal required 3 printed copies, and then also we received them all electronically. So IT is going to help me put them in a portal so that all of the committee members have access to them. We should be able to do that tomorrow. So I can just let everybody know who submitted. Kittleson and Associates. Let's see. This one, the outside of the box was KDJ Total Solutions, but I actually think it was Bowman. For some reason, the outside of the box and Bowman had a different name on it, but I think that's just where the sending came from. So Bowman, Stantec Consulting Services, VHB, Tie and Bond, GPI, and PAIR Corporation. GPI stands for this one. I know what they stand for. GPI. So
Plain old GPI.
Garmin. Wait, no,
Greenman Peterson Incorporated.
Yeah.
So 7 great looking submissions. I have not gone through them yet. I don't think any of us has. And I don't think we will formally do that today, but just kind of wanted to accept them all as submissions. I think Sadie, who's the assistant planner, and I will be able to go through the minimum qualifications, which are listed in the RFQ document, and make sure everything checks there.
So when they do this, do they got, obviously they got this paperwork that we had, right? What
Correct.
they needed to have. So in
Yes.
theory, they probably have all the minimum stuff, or is that something you have to check on, or how does that work?
Yeah, you have to check on it.
Okay.
But their materials will go through and document the requirements as they meet them. The minimum requirements were the firm and project team must have at least 3 years of experience in designing public bicycle facility planning projects and be a Mass DOT pre-qualified firm, number 1. Number 2, successful completion of at least 1 public bicycle facility planning project within the last 5 years that followed Mass DOT project development design standards. And number 3 is the firm must have professional liability insurance coverage, yada yada. And I did actually print these if you guys want the sign out, a lot of you are paper free, but
I think it's good.
yeah. This is just the section of the RFQ that talks about the qualifications.
I think I have this, right? This is on the RFQ.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, yep, okay.
Hey.
I'm sure everybody would have it. Hello.
But
Welcome.
Just breeze through with a vote on your minutes, Sadie.
yeah, those were
Oh.
great minutes. I
I'm
have,
glad.
I-
And
you
Set
set
the bar high.
you set the bar very high.
Very high, yes.
Jerry Klima is from Salisbury and Coastal Trails Coalition.
Oh, great.
And your name?
Sadie.
Sadie?
Yes.
Last name?
Woodward.
Woodward.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so yeah, so the RFQ laid out those minimum qualifications and then, I don't know, hi Sid, welcome. So we just approved the minutes and now I'm talking a little about the submissions. Thanks for coming, and I did print out this, if you guys need a copy. It's the section of the RFQ that talks about the criteria and qualifications. I don't bring this, but I just read. So we got submissions from 7 firms, which is great. I think, as I was saying, Sadie and I can go through and make sure the minimum qualifications were met overall. And then it's really going through the evaluation criteria, which is on page 16 of the RFQ. Will be a process where it's still objective. A lot of the criteria, like highly advantageous, lays out that the consultant has at least 10 years of experience, Advantageous, at least 7 years of experience, not advantageous. So what we'll be able to do is create a spreadsheet and list the 7 proposals and then kind of go through and check.
Put them into one of the categories.
Right.
And, yep.
Yeah, are they,
Yep.
is the highly advantageous box checked, is not advantageous box checked?
When,
And
can I
then-
ask a quick question?
Yeah,
With the evaluation criteria, is that something that you come up with, or is that the towns? Who comes up with breaking down highly to unacceptable?
well, whoever writes the RFQ.
Okay, all right.
So this was, this was written and approved by all the partners involved in this trail project.
Okay.
So it was before this committee was formed, but otherwise you all would have had input as well.
Okay.
And it's based on sort of pretty standard RFPs and RFQs. Jerry, I know you've been involved in a lot of trail projects, so does this look pretty similar to?
We never have been in this position. Usually the people have been selected by others.
Okay.
in town. I've
Yeah.
done it in other connections like affordable housing. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thought I turned
Oh,
that
no
off.
worries.
Okay,
Yeah,
So, but it's, this is the way to do it. It's good.
yeah.
yeah, and I should say, part of the reason this thorough process is because the funding source for this requires this process.
Yep.
So it's partially because it's federal money being channeled through Mass DOT. So there are levels of requirements in terms of the general procurement process, which laid out how an RFQ should actually work. So number 2 in the evaluation criteria is organizational capacity. So looking at the professional qualifications of their personnel, this is a project that is pretty broad-based. It's not just engineering or just wetlands review or just outreach. It's sort of a span of skills and qualifications that we were looking for. So I think that's why that number 2 will be important. And again, it'll be highly advantageous, not advantageous, unacceptable. And then number 3, another important piece of the project is the process for clear public engagement and demonstrated skill in projects that require public outreach and coordination among multiple bodies or stakeholders in order to build support. So again, I think in this case, it's the project geography is just the town of Newbury, but as a regional trail connection, there's a lot of broader interest and stakeholders and partners that we're interested in collaborating with, so.
You have to also connect. You always want to have to connect with people too.
We have to connect, exactly. Yeah, so selection will be based upon the qualifications the design team has previously exhibited and providing consultant services to other clients. Judgments of the value of services will be based upon comparisons of performances as determined from the submittals, resumes, and references. The evaluations will consider both objective and subjective criteria. Selection will be based upon judging which firm will likely provide the best products and value to the town. And then there's, again, a list of submittal requirements that I was referencing before. We'll go through and make sure everything's in here in each of these. So the way I've done this before, most recently I was a part of the project team for the Plum Island Turnpike feasibility study, which was also many partners working with Newburyport and Newbury and the Refuge. We just created a spreadsheet and each of us filled it out, and then we came back together and reviewed it together. So it wasn't like we sort of did homework and then came back together. And I think part of the coming back together is to think about, do we have what we need from these intangible, these just like very objective submissions, or if we think we're interested in getting more information, it's allowed to invite people to come in and talk with you and sort of do a presentation or an interview. So that's something we can do if we think we need it. It does take time. It adds time, I should say, because, scheduling our time, scheduling their time, that kind of thing, it took a lot of time with the project I was involved in just to get those sort of, informative meetings scheduled. And this is a little bit tight on time, but I think we want to make sure we have the information we need to make a good decision. So that's kind of up to the committee to work through whether we need more information or not.
So like our homework is shaping up to be, go look at a digital copy on our own. We're gonna actually do this, or are you gonna do this part, the evaluation criteria?
I think, the committee I was on, we each
So
did
we
the
all-
exercise
yeah.
and then kind of came together.
Right, talked about
And
it.
sort of figured out if we were on
Yeah.
the same page or not.
So
So
that-
you're gonna set up that spreadsheet and we'll check out on what each
Yeah.
group does and if they follow that. And from that, we have a pretty good idea of,
Sort of
the
where we
placement.
are. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like just the two that I looked at in some detail. There's section 3 maybe, it was tasks. And there's 4 tasks, and one of them actually gave 4 routes, and the other one just didn't give any routes. It was just like, we're gonna study this, and I'm like, wow. The 2/3 of the back of the book is resumes, and to me, that we could leave to you. So I don't think it's quite as daunting as we think. There's 4 or 5 things that we need to figure out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how are we gonna get over the highway, in the best way possible? And I think that lends, quite well to a 5-point scoring system or 10-point scoring, whatever we want to do with it.
Right, Yeah, I think we'll be able to sort of create that
Yeah.
template
Mhm.
spreadsheet and then just distribute it, you know, put it in wherever we put these, if it's Dropbox or wherever. And then, yeah, you can, I don't think we need to submit it to anybody. So however, you know, each of you works best, I think, but we have, you know, we all have the same recipe for evaluations as defined in the RFQ.
So, as far as this trail goes right now, I think that everybody sort of, I would assume, is on board, and maybe I'm wrong assuming this, that from Church Street, we go to 95, and then from there, it's sort of a mystery of where we're gonna go, whether we're going down 95, or is it still very open that we could possibly go down Main Street to South Street? Is that, I don't know where everyone is as far as that thought, because
This project is feasibility from the
Church, right?
start
Yeah.
of Byfield, like
Yeah.
Main Street,
yeah,
which is where the southern segment ends up, to Newburyport.
so when you say Main Street, is it Main Street or is it Church Street? Because everything I've read was like starting at Church Street, but is it Main Street at that intersection?
So the southern segment, I don't recall.
Okay.
The Mass DOT project, that's the southern segment, I can't actually remember if it ends right at the big Main Street intersection or if it includes the piece between
We didn't
Church
walk
Street,
that, but the
maybe.
plans go to Church Street.
Yeah, I thought
Okay.
that they said the northern section was Church Street to Newburyport.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah,
thank you. That is it.
That's good to know.
and that is the real corridor. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a well-established walking path anyway. And there's that solar.
To Church Street.
From
But
Church
you
Street
could
to
go
95.
Church Street back to Central Street and over Central Street. There's no, from Church Street on,
It
there's
doesn't-
been no decisions
Oh, okay,
made.
Right,
okay,
right,
Yeah.
right,
so,
right.
all right, so it's just, it will be our sort of thoughts and,
Yeah, because one of the options would be go Central Street, which is you gotta go on road for
That's where we're
1.5 miles. and
asking
now you're
people to
stuck
help
on the
us
road,
look
You can
at.
figure it out, yeah.
okay.
Yeah. We all have ideas, there has been some previous work done, but I think it's sort of the goal of this project is to make sure we're sort of thoroughly really vetting and getting some more clear direction on, you know, opportunities, challenges, conditions, and then hopefully preferred paths, yeah, the feasibility of which way to actually agree to go. That's how I'm thinking about it.
So
Yeah.
Jerry, did you ever have to pick routes? Like tricky ways around things or?
Yeah, well, yeah, in some cases, yeah, definitely.
And
The
community-
main railroad corridors, you know, are kind of
Yeah.
obvious, but
Mhm.
connections in different places, for example, the Seabrook, that was very complicated when at the northern end, because we have, Salisbury has a 99-year lease on the right-of-way to the state line. State line and Route 286 and the railroad just happen to meet right in the middle of the bridge.
And then there's water, yeah,
So,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you go to the left, you have a limited area, you're gonna go there, and luckily found some extra MBTA land that connected to some land owned by the Seabrook firemen, and after years convinced them to let us build a trail there, so. And likewise, you know, going under 95, and how to do that, that was a issue.
That was not planned, you had to bore that?
We have, well, work with, that was largely working with Mass Highway.
Yeah, yeah.
But then we have another section going around Stop and Shop in Amesbury that's in design now. So that required figuring out
I
which
actually did that
way
the
to
other
go.
day, it wasn't so bad.
Huh?
It wasn't so bad. Going behind the building, I think, makes
Yeah,
a huge difference.
that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
But
The other
we-
thing I'm fascinated by is the platform that you guys, coming out of the, not Rotary Park, what's it, Ambets Park? there's a section of trail there where you're elevated, you're on planks.
In Salisbury.
In Salisbury,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Is that by lines?
yeah, by
Yeah,
Lions,
Lions
by
Park,
by
thank you.
Lions
I was
Park.
yeah, thank you, Sid.
Yeah, there's a lot of finagling there. I wanted a tunnel under 110, but they wouldn't do it.
And that,
You know, it works,
were
it's
those,
safe.
were those decisions made by just logic, or was that community involvement, or someone just?
Community involvement, negotiating
Yeah.
with Mass Highway. Mass Highways, you know, obviously, it's all their money, so.
Yeah.
So they have a big interest. I mean, this has, of course, a huge issue as to, you know, whether you can,
An 8-lane
whether
highway.
you can go
Yeah.
over, have a bridge over 95 and go through the wildlife management area, or whether you patch together in some other way.
Hmm,
And, you know,
that is the problem.
that's the big issue.
Build the bridge. Make
I
it
go, personally, it would be very interesting to me as part of this process to get some some rough numbers on the cost of the alternatives. And I don't know if you've got that in your request here, but
Peabody's building one at Lowell Street, where Mr. Peanut used to be, if you're
yeah.
an old timer.
No.
There's gotta be a bike only, or bike pedestrian over the top, and so it's the same, well, actually, it's probably a smaller road. We'd be 8 lanes, that would be 6, I guess, Route 1.
Mhm.
But there might be a number on that, actually, yeah, I'd probably get that.
Yeah, I mean, I just, versus all the costs of going around.
But
and
I
back.
kinda thought Martin Burns was off the,
That's
Well,
what I thought also.
Yeah, Martin
Yeah.
Burns says that, but it's open in your document.
Well, yeah, I remember talking to someone from the state, and they said that,
it's wildlife control, is it not? Is it considered wildlife?
I think it's
control
wildlife
area?
management.
Well,
State
wildlife, yeah,
wildlife.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
but they said to me that, you know, this space is open for you to walk and do whatever you want to do on top of hunters. And
Yeah.
you both have to sort of get
Figure
along.
it out, yeah.
But they said that just because it's hunting season doesn't mean you can't go in there. So, yeah.
That is true,
Yeah, that's just
but that is
typical,
different than establishing a
Yeah,
like,
8 or 10 foot wide
Right.
multimodal path, so. Yeah, again, that's laid out, I think, pretty clearly in
Yeah.
RFQ, that
Yeah.
there have been conversations, and at the moment, it's not, confirmed that it would be possible to go through Martin Burns. However, it hasn't stopped a lot of people from continuing to talk about and think about and question whether that's the best route.
yes, yeah.
It's a straight
So
line.
again, it's
It's
part
a
of the
straight line to the train
complicated
station.
pieces of this.
Yeah, I was thinking about that whole situation where the southern section of Newbury, there's that area that was washed out, but now it's no longer washed out. But you look at the Martin Burns, and it's like, it looks like there's a lot of wetlands on that
Yeah.
trail going through. So that, I don't know how that would be affected by conservation and,
Well, it's political, you know.
Right.
Fish and Wildlife does not want that to happen there.
okay.
And Mass Highway, at this, as far as we can tell, is not willing to try to push it. So
Okay.
that's kind of where it's, right?
Yeah. But
And-
again,
but
there's
the governor
no,
could
like,
decide something
there's
different.
no plan, there's no document, there's
No.
no like, okay, we can't do it here, so we're gonna do it here. This
No,
is what.
it's-
So
Yeah.
the scope
Yeah,
of
and
what
so
we're
that's
talking.
why you're doing this,
Yeah,
yeah. And cost is, to me, cost is a factor,
yep,
big factor,
yeah,
should be.
yeah.
Isn't there a trail, there's a gun club in Georgetown, is there not?
There is.
And I think there's a trail of some sort that goes through it.
Don't know about that, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I've ridden on it, actually.
Hmm.
We have the Beagle Club
We
at
have the
Beagle
Highfield,
Club. Beagle down
at
there,
Highfield
yeah.
Road, yeah, so.
Apparently,
Yeah.
that's a big parcel, privately owned land.
I believe it's privately owned with there's a chain link fence, you can kind of see that, I think delineates
Yeah.
what's theirs versus what's on
Solved a lot of
the
mysteries.
train station side of the trail
I
there,
haven't
which is outside of
seen
Martin
it.
Burns. but
Right.
They also cross over, I think, so,
Right,
but
yeah.
that's,
I mean, currently, the line on the map for the Board of Boston Regional Trail shows Scotland Road.
Right.
Coming up the western right-of-way of 95 from Byfield to Scotland Road. There've been discussions about sort of parking access there on the state-owned land as being, a good potential future use or component of the project. And then Scotland Road, and then I've heard, well, you could try to get around Highfield to get in through the Beagle Park to the train. Or wouldn't it be great to have a walking path near the industrial court or park where there are lots of users, potentially, people on their lunch break, like accessing, So all of it, everybody's sort of at different points had different thoughts and ideas, and that's exactly why I think, in my opinion, again, that the outreach and engagement is really and exciting and
Yeah, it's really interesting.
yeah, super interesting. Like the abutters need to get involved and the users. And
So question again, now going the way you were just talking about, that goes from Newbury into Newburyport, correct? So do we have to be, because that industrial.
with Newburyport, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Newburyport, or Newbury goes as far as Colby Farms in Newbury, is it not?
Yes,
And
it
Oh,
that's
is.
beyond there,
Way
it's-
down Scotland
it-
Road.
it-
It's beyond Highfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it goes, probably goes at least to the Little River, maybe beyond that. Do you know where the town line is?
It's right around
By
there.
Park
It's
Street.
right around there. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
about
right
it.
before
Yeah.
the industrial.
Yeah.
It's well right near that river. I
Right.
don't remember which side, but
And when
Yeah.
when they talk about Scotland Road, it would be on road,
That,
because
We're
Well,
looking
it
at the
would- it would-
feasibility.
It
It's a
would
wide
be, it
shoulder,
would undoubtedly
but
be a
it's not 10 feet.
separated side path.
and I've driven probably 22 times since last time down Scotland Road. I'm like, geez, why does it have to be on the road? Why couldn't we just go on the other side of the fence?
That's what we're looking at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that to me, because, I mean, a truck goes by and I'm gonna get blown off the
Right.
road.
Yeah.
I mean, that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, for kids and people walking.
speed limit's 45.
It is, and it's almost, I'd say
And-
probably 20%
Or
of
over
14,
50.
15-wheel trucks, 16-wheel
Right.
trucks, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's,
So
right,
that's
it's
another
access to the
argument
industrial
why
park.
we
so.
might want to go through Martin Burns
Yes.
as a
Yeah.
safety issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
these are all
all the
Yeah.
things that are in
Considerations.
Really good.
the, yeah.
All right,
Questions?
well, Kristen, why don't you just make some decisions. and we got
We'll
your
back
back.
you.
Burns, and then we'll.
And then we'll present a 10.
We don't need any of these
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the end, I mean, I guess what I'm concerned about is when we get to the end of this process, we're gonna end up with a lot of different options, and it'll be very difficult really to say, okay, we're gonna pick this one and that's the one we're gonna, all of our efforts are now gonna go into this, and that's
Well,
the end of the story.
Isn't it more that
That's
we
the
need
goal.
to select someone who's gonna weed through the options? So that it's not a decision that we're gonna make, we're gonna pick the best engineer, or what we think is the best engineer.
Okay, but
Well, but
before we
Saying
get to
different
that
things.
point,
Yeah.
we're gonna get to a point where whoever we pick out of this process is going to produce several options. I would say a minimum of 3. I mean, I'm aware of
That's big
3
time, yeah.
already.
I just, there's 4 in one of them, there was none in that one, and that one had like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I was kind of envisioning that there could be as many as, I mean, I've heard like at least a half a dozen different options. I mean,
But this is the project, like
Yes.
everything you guys are saying,
Right,
that is
That's
the
the project,
project. Like
yep.
if you look at the tasks
Yeah.
and the final,
Yeah.
task, the final task, there are preliminary cost estimates included, there are conceptual design plans, there are potential impacts, mitigation, feasibility, all aiming towards the preferred
Prepare an
alternative.
alternatives evaluation
Preferred
matrix for
alternative.
clear comparison of benefits, impacts, and costs.
Yeah,
And that's the bottom line, right?
yeah.
So we're supposed to evaluate all the alternatives and come up basically with a recommendation.
But
Okay.
the process will be coming up with a preferred alternative.
Yeah,
And it's not gonna be easy. And there
No.
are gonna be people
Right.
who may not agree, but
Right,
that's
right.
what this process is like putting our arms around all of it and
Yeah. Task 7,
trying to get there.
prepare conceptual engineering plans for the preferred alternative.
Okay, so whoever does this is gonna pick one, and then,
With a zero in.
And
Eventually.
it's opening the door to
Right.
all the rest of the work, right? Like, it's just our
Right.
feasibility
right,
to aim us collectively in a preferred direction so that we can then get more money to do
right,
actual design plans,
Right.
yeah.
get to the place where the other project already is.
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
and we'll have
getting-
eliminated
That will
all
end
that.
up-
Building.
And, you know, one thing to say is that this is a really a key element of, you know, much bigger plan. So your Mass Highway is gonna be very supportive of
Yes.
of getting this done somehow.
Yes,
Yeah.
So that,
They
you really-
absolutely are.
You're not playing with, I mean, it's just a possibility. This is something that, you know, it's the stake of going from Maine to Florida, from, you know,
Right.
from
Yeah.
Boston to the border, you know, it all focuses right here. So that's good. It's an opportunity, for sure.
Yeah.
right,
It's very
Yeah.
real.
yeah. It will become a project that has a number, that has, you know, buy-in and support and is part of, you know, the regional initiative. I think that I would say this level of interest to me shows how known it is that this is a really critical
Yeah.
gap at the moment.
Yeah,
And then an exciting
yeah.
but tricky project.
Can I ask you just, so the engagement piece, which you just said, you know, is obviously crucial. Right?
Yeah.
The various constituents, especially townspeople, hunters, et cetera. Do you feel like we will, I guess, in looking at this, get a sense for how much experience they have in
Right.
that, how effective they were, how well they,
Yep.
previous projects that played out. There are references, which obviously they're gonna put their best references in here.
Mm-hmm.
But are we also doing anything around our own, outreach to others to understand the reputations and so on? Because this will be thorny,
Right.
getting a sense for how they handled and navigated through all that.
Yeah,
Seems so key, so.
I agree.
I'm stating the obvious, but I just feel like, how do we, in a quick amount of time, short period of time, figure that out? Who
Right.
can navigate those?
Right, yeah.
The thorniness.
Yeah. It's up to us, like, we have flexibility, as I
Yeah.
said, to like ask people to come in and sort
Right.
of, further flesh out how they would handle that, like any interview process, really, right? Sort of like,
Yeah.
tell me more about that kind of thing. I don't know yet. I mean, I agree with what you're saying, Jim, which is, I do think that's important skill set for this project, right?
Yeah.
You could do a feasibility study and just look at wetlands and the right of way and have really good engineers and really
The
good.
technical sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
the real technical side.
Yeah.
This is more than that.
Right.
So I am certainly, from my perspective, interested to see how they suggest they'll do this, that part of this work. Like,
Right.
what are the ways? Like, have they, done public meetings with other projects that have been tricky? Like, what
Yeah.
are the outreach
Right.
strategies that
Right.
they'll use? I think that
Yep.
may come across differently, and I think it's important to look at. So,
Yep.
yeah, I think that's,
I'm sure that someone in the group has probably come in and had a similar situation where they're going through some, instead of being a rail trail that goes right down, there's no question, you just
It's the
follow
way
that
it
line.
is, no question, it's the right one, right?
But this one is like,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah, and it wasn't an easy thing to write, and I'm
Right.
not sure, like, how perfect it was
Well, you
with,
did- I think you did a really good job. I was very impressed.
You look at
It's-
the results, I mean,
Yeah,
it's good.
yeah.
thorny, right?
Yeah.
Like, complicated, so,
And I thought
yeah.
even the answers to those, the questions, that supplement.
How big,
You
Oh.
could see the restraint of oversupplying information in the answers.
Yes, yeah, people
Part-
helped me with those answers.
Yeah, I can see why
Yeah,
it needed to be that way.
they're, yeah,
Yeah, because they're gonna have to, there's gonna be ambiguity or
yeah.
complicated matters that aren't always clear cut.
What's the size of the contract?
312,500.
Not a small amount.
That helps.
No.
That's a lot of brownies. That's a lot of brownies, if
Yeah.
we're gonna do a brownie sale.
Yeah,
Right.
and so just to sort of take the next step, when we get to, the place of a consultant team that we want to contract with, there's still
Then you have to
the
negotiate.
contracting.
Right.
Which does get into, how far can you get with an amount of money that we have?
Well, are you thinking of having, this is where professional qualifications kind of, who are you, what are you gonna do? Are you thinking of having an RFP to have people make a formal proposal for a contract? Or are you gonna try to?
No.
No, just negotiate.
This is, so this, again, this is coming from what's required by this funding source. And Mass DOT has procurement staff who are giving guidance. We're one of 4 towns who received this $250,000 so there are other communities for the Board of Boston Trail who are doing projects in a similar procurement process. So it's super complicated.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of support from Mass DOT, including emails I got today about, like, documentation they need to get by August 30th. So my understanding is you select the firm you want, and then you have to, and I would
what's
be
your goal
relying
for
on
this selection
Tracy
date?
to work out the contract.
What is your target for this?
I would hope by the end of this month.
Whoa.
Because I do think it's probably wishful, but somewhere around there, because we need to get the contract in place by September 30th.
Wow, wow.
So we're kind of like right on it.
Contract to develop the trail? Is that what we're talking
No,
about?
no,
No.
contract to do the
Like,
feasibility
the
study.
town
Oh.
contracting with the firm
Okay.
in a legal document that's agreed upon. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's the schedule we're on.
And we have a select board meeting September 20, no. We get midday.
That was August 20.
September 3rd, no, September 30th was the date you threw out before. August,
Yeah,
I think
there's
they
only
meet
two.
twice
I
in
wrote it down.
September.
Do they meet twice in September? I thought
I
we
thought it
said
was just
once.
once.
Yeah,
Oh,
They don't
yeah,
really-
that's my,
yeah.
Right. Anyway,
it's like the 27th. stick
I think it was,
Oh, it's late in the month.
on. Yeah.
it is later in the month. I think it was.
I will be talking with the town administrator about what's required at the local end about contracts and scope and procurement, because I do believe in some cases she has authority to do the contract. So, I mean, obviously, we'll be making the recommendation to the select board, they'll be involved, but the actual, like, contracting, so I'm not sure about that, but,
the 26th is the next meeting.
Yeah, that was like.
Select
board,
26th of
select
August.
board.
Select board,
of August,
yes.
okay. And then September is when? There's only one in September?
There's one in August, and I thought
I
that,
gotta go back on the bi-weekly.
I thought we looked it up and said there was one in September.
Okay.
September 9th, does that sound right?
That's the date I
Yes,
wrote
the
down,
23rd.
but did not notate.
September, I see, unless they do other than Tuesday night, it looks like, on the 23rd, so it looks like they have one, on the 23rd, so it looks like September they have one meeting, and, in August they have one meeting.
So the August meeting is next week, right?
26th,
Oh, it's the 26th.
26th.
Oh, okay, that's.
We just got done. But we don't,
Sadie, there's a
We're not gonna-
defibrillator over there, just raise your hand. You got the defibrillator?
Thank you.
So anyways, okay, a couple of different things. So we can shoot, should we shoot to have our recommendation ready for that meeting, the 26th? Is that what we're
I
shooting for?
think, yes. You'd be happy with that, wouldn't you?
That'd be great.
If you can get up that
but
spreadsheet so that we know.
Again, I feel like I just won't,
You won't be around.
if,
For a
maybe
period.
we'll look at these and we'll all say, this is the one,
Yeah.
and then off we go. Right, we don't know for sure yet, that's
Yeah.
probably unlikely, I think they're all gonna be excellent, I'm pretty sure. We just will need to know once we know for that, but that would be good to shoot for an update on the August 26th select board meeting.
so it could be just an update, maybe not
Could be
a
an
final.
update, I mean, we can
Yeah.
think about it, right?
Yeah.
Like, if we're
So-
not, if we don't know yet, we
Yeah.
also can't just,
Right,
we wanna make a good decision.
Yeah.
So,
And one question you have is whether you're gonna do it based on paper or whether you're gonna interview anybody,
right,
yeah,
and how many.
right,
right.
7 interviews is kind of impossible.
yeah,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
yeah.
A Zoom rumble.
Well, I mean, how much work do we think we can do? I guess that's the question. I mean, can we whittle this down to maybe 3 in the next week or so? Because that's kind of what we'd have to do in order to meet that August 23rd.
If there's 3 copies, we could all take one home tonight, right? Or do you not want to release them? I mean, you say
Well, there's more than
electronically.
3 of
but-
you though. How do you do it?
But they'll be online.
No, I meant just one.
Like one individual.
Oh, we're right,
Gotcha.
Because
Yeah.
by looking through one, it was a 5-minute exercise on my part, and I literally get down to the point where, all right, here's the meat and potatoes.
yeah,
And I'm gonna look at the other 7 or the other 6 and I'm gonna look for the same thing. And just, like, I could set my own criteria based on reading one, because they're all answering
yes,
the
but we
RFQ.
also need to keep that criteria in that thing and have
Yeah, yeah.
documentation of
Yeah.
that, so both, yes.
We could have
Yes,
each person compare against the criteria? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying, I could go home and feel better tomorrow about making a decision in 2 weeks based on, this is the answers they gave. They're all
Right.
gonna look the same. Essentially, some will be better than others. And that, whatever that one is my gold standard. Oh, this one's better than that, this one's
Right.
better than that. I think would be the way I would think.
Right. We did say though that the evaluation, the 3 areas.
We
in
will
the-
have to fill
Score
out
them.
the evaluation form based
Right.
on that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's like an asset
Yeah.
we need to produce, like
Yeah.
a document.
Yeah.
And IT, is the he?
Yeah,
We could have these electronically tomorrow.
yeah,
Two
yeah,
days, yeah, so,
yeah.
all right.
Can
Yeah.
we,
Let's leave it there.
yeah.
so we could do our reviews, our homework, so
Yeah.
go through all these, fill out the grid, and then we said we would
Come back to that.
collectively, so
Yeah.
can we do that offline via email? Do we need to have another conversation?
I mean, you
Scheduled.
can, so I will not be around next week,
Right.
I've shared that already. But we will get you these electronically within the next day, I think. We will be able to create the grid that follows the qualifications in the RFQ. And you could each fill it out and we could compile it at our end. You can submit those back to us,
We just can't deliver
to
it.
Sadie,
Yeah,
because I will be away for the next week. But that's not, that's easy. There's gonna be a grid and it'll be in and then we can kind of collate it and then share it back out. And then I would suggest another discussion, another meeting at some point, maybe the end of next week. I don't know how much time, like maybe having a week to sort of review, is that reasonable? I don't know. For all of you, what's going on? We could look at it the following week, you know, the week of the 18th, coming together.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because we still have a week after that.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Is
So
that
are you
Tuesday?
suggesting we meet on the 19th, maybe, just to have a
2
discussion?
weeks from today.
Is that what you were suggesting, the Tuesday of that week?
I was asking
I
how
like it.
everybody looks and what you think
I
time
like it.
you might need, yeah.
I'm gonna be out of state, I can make a point if we know, I can get to a phone for a scheduled meeting if I
I
need
mean,
to.
we could do it on Zoom, if, you
Yeah.
know, that's
Yeah.
always an option too. I think the open space committee has sometimes met in person, sometimes on Zoom, it seems to work out pretty well, depending.
Well,
Why don't we tentatively set
19, I like it.
2 weeks
I
from
think that's
today?
fair. I mean,
That's-
it's-
Yeah,
Yeah.
We've never done this before, so that's fair.
yeah,
Yeah,
and if we're not ready, then,
change course.
yeah, you're
Well,
not
I think we
here.
should
I'm
probably-
not there.
We should probably get on the agenda for the 26th
Neither
anyway,
of us are gonna be.
wherever we're at, just to let them know where we're at.
Yeah.
You-
I can let Joy
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Do you want me to, like, send an email to Joy, just,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I can talk to her tomorrow
Okay,
and
okay.
just say what the committee wants to do an update on that.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So, if we're meeting on the 19th, are we gonna have time to like do any sort of like interview process?
Probably not.
But that's okay.
I think at that point you would be, we would be determining if we need to or not at that point,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
I don't think we'll know until everybody gets a chance to go through it.
Last 2 weeks of August would be a hard time to get anybody here.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's just it.
yeah,
This is,
Such a moving process.
yeah. So neither Sadie are here on the 19th, so I'm sorry to say, but, on the 20th, we have a planning board meeting in the evening. Yeah,
There's an open space meeting on the 19th as well.
I don't know.
yeah. Oh my god, there's so much, okay.
That's not our next meeting, is it?
It
think so.
was,
No, we set it for the 25th, right? We're doing Zoom. Well,
Oh,
this is the
that's the
25th,
Zoom, that's a
oh,
Zoom
did
meeting.
we say on the 25th?
I think.
Okay.
I can, I will,
so are we talking Monday or Tuesday? Because August doesn't seem to have anything going on a Tuesday.
Yeah, so 2 weeks from today, neither Sadie and I are available, again, so if you want us there, that's not a good day.
So what was that again? You're not available on a Tuesday?
On the 19th, 2 weeks from today,
Okay,
yeah, which is what we were talking about.
all right.
But we just realized that neither of us is gonna be. I apologize. Yeah, so,
could we do another like meeting during the day, like in the morning on Wednesday or something?
I mean, 20th,
Yeah, this says planning board meeting, virtual Zoom at 7 to 9. That's something I see on the 20th.
Well, that's gonna be putting a lot on schedule, Kristen.
it is, but, yeah. How about Thursday?
I was gonna say Thursday, no.
Thursday, it looks open, open,
21st?
open. Let me see what I have. You don't need me.
Thursday, August 21st, how does that look for people? And if good, then what time is good? like is 5 o'clock good, is, during the day, if we zoomed?
You're still out of town.
I'm out that week, but I will make a point of getting
Yeah.
to
Thursday, what time?
as best.
What date?
Yeah.
The actual date, is that the 21st?
It is.
21st, yeah.
It's not gonna be great for me, but
How about morning on Thursday?
probably do that. Yeah. My daughter's coming in from London, so.
That's fine.
Okay.
I can work it out. I just don't wanna be divorced. This is all my-
Just gotta build the trail first.
Okay, so between Wednesday and Thursday, we're getting closer here.
Yeah,
20th,
I could
21st.
do mornings.
Morning on one of those days.
You said the 21st.
Yeah,
Morning of the
there's
21st.
9 o'clock on the 21st.
Sounds great.
Thursday the 21st.
Thursday the 21st, 9 o'clock.
Done.
And I'll lose my job, but that's fine
In person
too.
or on Zoom?
It might be easier to find a new job than a new wife, though.
Yeah.
I will only be able to make it if it's a
Same
Zoom.
here, I'll be,
Yeah.
I'd have to do Zoom.
We can't have a hybrid type, no.
I think you can.
We cannot.
We can't.
Technically, I think we're challenged, right?
Oh, technically, I see what you're saying.
Technologically, yeah. Yeah, depending on, yes. It's just, I'd prefer not to have to figure a hybrid out, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
But we could, I mean, those of you who could be in person could log
So-
into the Zoom here.
That's, I was thinking, it's just,
Yeah,
everybody brings a laptop.
yeah, you can
Some
do that.
device
You
for
could do that if you want, sure. I mean, that would, then, would you be able to do Zoom? Yeah.
So are we saying everyone's doing
Thursday
Zoom
on
on
the
the?
Zoom.
Well, the Zoom meeting will be available, and you
For
can
the-
come here if you want to connect to the Zoom meeting, is that what I'm understanding? I mean, there's an
If we're doing Zoom, I'd rather everybody just do Zoom, honestly.
Okay.
Like, just because it's like a whole layer of coordinating for me, and I'm gonna be on Switzerland time that day, and I
Yeah.
just don't,
Oh.
I would prefer not to try to figure out a hybrid.
Okay.
I'm just putting that out there, we could do it, but,
If you think being in person is more effective, I can just give feedback to somebody
I see.
before, the week before.
That's true.
I'm happy to do that
Yeah.
if it makes it
Do my
easier.
homework and submit it.
Yeah,
We could also just, for now, say we're gonna do either and.
is there a
look at
problem
this.
with Zoom? Or like, cause if 2 of you can be on Zoom, I think it'd be better to have everybody
I-
just do it.
yeah,
What do
Yeah.
you guys think?
let's do it.
Yeah? Okay,
Should we vote?
alright, we will confirm before, we can confirm before
Okay.
and make sure.
Okay, that sounds good.
And the
We'll
goal,
check into the hybrid, I will check in again to the hybrid option, just to make sure.
and so based on the collation, like, we return our stuff, somebody collates, we get that back by email,
Right,
we will have a better reading
Hopefully.
on what else needs to happen, but
Yep.
best case is like Thursday the 21st almost becomes like, wow, we feel really good, maybe we wanna have a couple in person. We have some finalists,
Yeah.
let's say, right?
Yep.
3 or whatever.
Yep.
And we wanna, for due diligence, talk to them in person,
yep,
possibly, or at least a phone call or whatever.
yep.
Yeah.
Do we have a date that we should finish our spreadsheet and submit it?
End of week, right? Or-
Yeah, end of this week? Like the template you mean? Or like,
Like completely filling it out.
yeah,
So, yeah, we've reviewed the plans and we've done the assessment here.
Can we boogie, like we have 3 days, as,
I can do it,
yeah.
I think.
Or can we say
Schedule.
Monday, have it done by Monday? Or is that delaying it too much?
You all need at least a week to have time to review, right?
That would,
It's so
that
long.
would be 1 week. if
Okay,
we
that's fine. Yeah, so-
submitted
I
Monday.
would think
Well, you
the
won't get it
first
until
one to
tomorrow,
do is
so-
probably gonna be the worst, but they all seem to be set up essentially the same, you know, in sections. So it'll just
They
be
have to
one.
be, yeah, so they should be, hopefully it'll be pretty straightforward to follow the
Yeah,
sections.
so it'll just be a matter of comparing on
Yeah.
a section by section basis. And some of the sections I think are probably less important than others, I mean,
And anyone can submit it when they're done,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we'll just have it no later than.
yeah,
by Monday, is that what we're saying?
Monday's fine.
I would say no later than the, like, how about shoot for the 13th, a week from tomorrow?
Sure.
If you can do it earlier, that's great,
Great.
cause we have to get you the spreadsheet and all that.
Right. Great.
I need to run, but yeah, I will do mine earlier, because the grandkids are coming that
Oh.
week, so
Great.
nothing gets done,
What day did we select?
so mine will be early.
Monday?
13th, Monday.
Yeah. Or by Tuesday.
Wednesday's the 13th.
Yeah,
13th, yeah.
we did pick the
Okay.
13th.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank
Thanks,
you.
Ed.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
That, you can just go out here, Sid, just cause I
okay,
don't
sorry.
recall the,
Yeah,
sorry.
Okay.
It'll get you right by the stairs, thank you.
All right.
Okay. Scheduling is always the hardest. And
So,
once
Sid?
we,
Oh, just go that way.
Yeah,
Right.
Down the stairs. Yep.
once we get through this, we'll like establish a monthly
Yeah.
date, and we won't
I've heard that story
spend
before.
10 minutes on that. Well, yeah, reality. Okay. What else was on our agenda? I think that was it.
Yeah, just project updates, which there are none.
Anything else anyone wanted to talk about?
John wants to figure out how to do a trip to the
Oh,
Cowpath.
Just to beat me to it.
a site visit.
It's like the second guide to discover the Northwest Passage. I mean, it's not in the history books.
Yeah, but she hasn't gone through.
Private property, so that would be a
If it's-
step, is to figure out
Yeah.
if, you know, who knows
Yeah.
the owner.
Well,
We
it
got some
depends
history on it.
where does where does it start? Does it start on the property or does it start on state land?
Right.
That's a question.
It links private property.
It links private property. Does
But
the
it
beginning on the
crosses-
state land and the end on state land, so you
I
can
don't
go
know.
through and through?
Yeah, that's a good.
John, you're on.
So this is north of the state police barracks, up,
Right,
abutting the highway, obviously, because
yeah,
it's a tunnel.
between Scotland and Hill Street.
How far up from the barracks, roughly? Like
It's about halfway.
halfway to the next, to
It's
the
kinda
exit.
near the little windmill. You
Uh-huh.
can see from the highway,
Halfway to Hale Street or halfway to the?
halfway to Hill Street.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can kind of tell by the elevation of the
Yeah,
highway.
when you
Yeah.
look at the aerial, you can
Right.
kinda see.
Yeah.
I always look and I haven't, so I'll take a look there.
You
I
can't
was told
actually
it's
see-
closer to the hill than you think.
Yeah.
As you go by the windmill on
Yeah.
one side, but the impression I got was the southbound side, it was closer to the hill. There's a hill there, and actually, if you look at like a Google Earth kind of thing, it looks a little, looks like that's where the
So-
natural.
It was the road,
Yeah,
right? It was the
yeah,
farm
yeah.
road, yeah. I'll send you the pictures.
How beautiful would that be?
Promises,
I can go
promises.
with that.
That was in there.
Well, then you have to
Yeah.
figure out where you go, even if you get under the highway there, you
Yeah,
know.
you'd have to get a right of way.
You still have to get, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not,
No, I know,
yeah,
it's
it
not,
doesn't solve all the problems, but it's a cool possibility,
introduces up.
yeah. Okay,
Great.
thank you
Yeah.
again.
Wizard,
Yes.
it is 6:20, I'll call the meeting to end, 6:20 PM.
I second it.
Yeah.
All in
And
favor?
I would,
Right.
aye.
Yeah, okay.